Great empires throughout history have died in exactly three distinct ways: through violent foreign invasion, bloody internal revolution, or a slow financial suffocation that no one even notices until it's far too late. The Qing Dynasty didn't fall to barbarian hordes storming the Forbidden City. No guillotines filled Paris streets with noble blood. Just empty silver vaults killed China's trillion-dollar empire. No swords clashed. No cannons roared. Just British accountants with ledgers and abacuses quietly replaced Chinese generals with swords and bows. In 1800 AD, the Qing Empire controlled 33% of global GDP while all of Europe combined had just 23%. China was the economic superpower. Spanish galleons literally sank beneath ocean waves from the sheer weight of Chinese porcelain they carried back to Europe. That's how much China exported. Perfect trade imbalance. British ships arrived to Canton completely empty, paid silver for tea, and left full. China got all the silver. Qing soldiers earned exactly 2 silver taels monthly, equivalent to $400 today, paid entirely in Spanish silver dollars stamped with Chinese markings. Even village pigs had official silver prices. From imperial armies to rural pork, everything in China ran on imported silver. Between 1500 to 1800, China absorbed half of all silver ever mined in the Americas. The world's silver reserve became China's circulating currency. Qing emperors declared, "We are the Middle Kingdom, center of world civilization. All barbarians bow before our eternal empire." Lord Macartney's 1793 trade embassy presented mechanical wonders. Qing officials laughed and sent them away with nothing. While China slept comfortably on its mountain of silver, Europe invented steam engines, factories, and modern banking systems. James Watt's steam engine delivered 10 times the power with 100 times the production capacity of any human or animal labor. Spinning jennies in Manchester mills produced 100 times more cotton thread than traditional Chinese handlooms ever could. Steamships crossed the entire Pacific Ocean in just 90 days instead of 90 weeks with Chinese junks and Spanish galleons. London coffeehouses like Lloyd's birthed modern banking and marine insurance, financial innovations China completely ignored. Bank of England, chartered in 1694, became world's first central bank, stabilizing British currency while China used unstable silver. 1820 marked the absolute peak of silver inflow, 200 tons flowing into China annually at the height of Qing prosperity. Then 1821, silver flows reversed overnight. Arrows that pointed east for centuries suddenly pointed west toward London. Britain faced $16 million annual trade deficits, Parliament in emergency session as silver drained their economy completely. 200 tons of silver shipped east every single year, enough to fill dozens of cargo ships crossing Indian Ocean. East India Company, world's largest corporation, faced total bankruptcy from endless Chinese tea payments. Solution discovered in Bengal's poppy fields. British planters realized opium could reverse the silver flow permanently. By 1830, 500,000 acres cultivated opium in India, largest cash crop British Empire ever produced. Perfectly legal in British India, completely illegal in China. Perfect conditions for massively profitable smuggling. Chinese tried opium once, then craved it forever. Addiction spread faster than any plague in history. The poison trade exploded across East Asia. British ships became opium supertankers sailing to Chinese ports. Silver that flowed into China for 300 years now flowed out. Economic disaster struck silently. Qing Golden Age ended. Emperor stared at empty silver tray. Crisis had quietly begun. Opium tsunami crashed onto Chinese shores. 40,000 chests annually would soon overwhelm entire empire. 1821, modest 5,000 opium chests smuggled yearly, seemed manageable problem for mighty Qing Empire. By 1838, 40,000 chests annually flooded Canton, eightfold explosion in just 17 years. Each chest weighed 140 pounds of pure opium. Chinese coolies broke their backs carrying British poison. Total annual weight equaled 2,000 full-grown elephants. Unimaginable volume destroyed economy. Silver inflow became massive outflow. China's metallic money supply collapsed overnight. Soldiers' silver wages bought half the previous rice rations. Imperial army starved quietly. Tax collectors faced peasant revolts everywhere. Villagers refused paper money for silver taxes. Provincial governors defaulted on Beijing tribute. Central government starved of revenue. Society disintegrated completely. Soldiers slept on watch. Magistrates smoked in courtrooms. Imperial Commissioner Lin Zexu took decisive action. Confucian scholar warrior confronted poison trade. June 3, 1839 at Human Beach. 20,000 opium chests lined up for destruction. Largest bonfire in history consumed 20,000 chests. Thick black smoke visible 50 miles out to sea. 7:44. $20 million worth of opium destroyed. British traders watched helplessly from anchored ships. Lin Zexu's respectful letter to Queen Victoria completely ignored. Peaceful solution rejected. Britain dispatched 16 steaming gunboats. Wooden Chinese junks no match for iron warships. This wasn't really about opium addiction. Britain wanted Chinese market access at gunpoint. Britain demanded 5% tariffs forever. China previously charged merchants 30% import duties. 5 treaty ports opened year-round. Shanghai, Canton, Amoy, Ningbo, Fuzhou permanent access. British law applied on Chinese soil. Extraterritorial rights for all merchants. 1842 aboard HMS Cornwallis. Treaty of Nanjing signed. First of unequal treaties. Hong Kong Island ceded permanently. Britain's foothold established for next 150 years. $21 million reparations demanded immediately. Qing Treasury emptied to pay opium war costs. Tariffs locked at 5% indefinitely. China surrendered sovereign tariff control forever. Qing kept emperor, palaces, ceremonies, but lost all economic sovereignty. Chinese economic control slipped away like sand through fingers. British caught every silver grain. Treaty ports buzzed with Western trade. Silver revenue appeared to stabilize temporarily. But collected by British customs officers wearing Chinese imperial uniforms. Revenue paid British bankers first. Qing government received whatever scraps remained. Western banks generously offered loans. Desperate Qing officials eagerly signed anything. Perfect debt trap set. Chinese sovereignty sold for temporary financial relief. 1876. Complete foreign customs takeover. British Robert Hart ran entire Chinese tariff system. British officers wore Chinese imperial uniforms, collected Chinese taxes, sent proceeds to London. 90% of customs revenue paid foreign debt. Qing got remaining 10% scraps. Financial occupation without single shot fired. Accountants conquered where generals failed. Enlightened Qing officials woke up desperate. We need Western technology immediately. Build railways, factories, modern arsenals. We must catch up or perish. Foreign capital demanded 50-year ownership of all infrastructure built with their loans. Kaiping Tramway 1876, China's first rail. Terrified peasants tore up tracks nightly. China built tracks. Foreigners took complete operational control and all profits. 1895 to 1901 debt explosion. 5 powers carved China like pizza for loan collateral. Britain got Wei Highway Naval Base. permanent station for £100 million loan repayment. France seized Yunnan railway rights. 200 million franc loan secured by Chinese minerals. Russia grabbed Manchurian rail access. Chinese territory became Russian railway corridor. Germany seized entire Shandong Peninsula. Qingdao became German naval fortress. Japan took Taiwan permanently. First Chinese territory lost to modern Asian power. 1900, desperate Boxer rebellion erupted. Peasants attacked foreign legations with swords. Eight-nation alliance invaded Beijing. British, French, German, Russian, Japanese, American forces. Beijing legation quarter besieged 55 days. Diplomats survived eating candles and mules. Empress Dowager Cixi fled Beijing as peasant. Imperial court completely collapsed. $333 million Boxer indemnity, largest in history, signed by totally defeated Qing regime. Payable over 40 years at 4% compound interest. Debt grew larger than original amount. 1911 Xinhai Revolution overthrew 2,000-year monarchy. 15 provinces declared independence overnight. 6-year-old Emperor Puyi abdicated. Last Dragon Throne heir became powerless figurehead. £500 million foreign debt transferred intact to Republic. Bankers didn't care who ruled. 3 simple steps destroyed trillion-dollar empire. Low tariffs. Foreign customs. Endless debt. Great walls still stood majestic. Forbidden city remained beautiful. But sovereignty vanished. Empires truly fall when foreigners control the ledger, not when they seize territory. China lost $1 trillion in wealth, not through military conquest but financial engineering. Paperwork. 5% tariffs. Compound interest. 3 weapons deadlier than any cannon. History proves empires collapse 3 ways: invasion, revolution, or debt strangulation. Which superpower writes trillion-dollar IOUs to foreign bankers today?